Hello, this is Yahweasel. Let us return to the most radical of dreams. Radical of dreamers. We are in a path by which, I was about to say Gilbert is Magil. I actually meant Magil is Gilbert, but Magil, Magus, Gilbert, Janus, whatever his name is, he's currently being Gilbert. And apparently he made a secret promise to only roll his R's and to marry Riddell. Riddell continues to avert her eyes. Form Magil. She averts her eyes. They're so averted that they actually change their form into the shape of Magil. It's really weird. I will hear no more of this childish nonsense, she shouts, burying her head in her hands once again. Ask if there is any interest at all left in, or ask if there is someone else. Why am I asking this? Surely Magil would ask this. Have I become Magil? Am I making his decisions for him? Yeah, he asked it. What? Why have I become him? Is there someone else? Magil asks after a moment or two, barely able to keep himself composed. Gilbert, She breaks off, unable to finish the sentence. Her shoulders sag as she starts to lament again. Sheesh, Magil, talking to her like that ain't gonna help. Save your issues for Lynx, Kid interjects, bringing Magil back to reality. Riddell continued to sob, more and more bewildered by the moment. This is hopeless, mate. We've wasted enough time here. We gotta get going. But, who's saying this? But as it is, leaving this lovely lady alone would be a mistake. She may tell someone about us, or perhaps she's in danger, Magil says to Kid, staring at Riddell. Sheesh, I know you want to stay here, and it ain't that, Kid says, rolling... I know why you want to stay here, and it ain't that, Kid says, rolling her eyes. Kid, please, leave this to me, Magil shouts. Riddell, watching all this, stares at Magil intensely, probably now wondering if he's the one with something to hide. Magil feverishly explains, Please allow me to introduce Kid, a business associate of mine. Kid, bored to tears, does her best to get us out of this situation. Business associate, is that what you're calling me now? Oh, come on, mate. Just last night you were... Damn it, I can't believe she's saying this. I rush to cover her mouth with my hand, saying, she's a little confused right now, don't mind her, After a moment, missing comma, Kid stops wrestling me and I let go of her. Teeth marks as red as blood stand out on my fingers. Gilbert. Oh, but the writing, like, the characterization is good, and then it's awful, and then it's good, and then it's awful. Like, this is not a thing that humans say. This is just... Do you really think I'm a lovely lady? Seeing a new ray of hope before his eyes, Magil picks up where he left off. Only the loveliest kind, m'lady. Indeed, it's true. You have blossomed into a fair and delicate young woman. I'm staying out of this, I say to myself. I've got enough problems with my own love life. You don't have a love life! What the hell are you talking about? But then, suddenly, another voice echoes out, entering in through the doorway. I have no idea who this is, so I'm just gonna give it a voice. Mistress Riddell, you will remember to mind your manners around our guests, won't you? I might change that. Who's this? I still don't know. Oh, Noelle, you know how I dislike it when you call me mistress, Riddell exclaims. She continues, slightly embarrassed. This is Gilbert, Noelle. Surely you remember him from long ago, when I was but a child. After a while, it dawns on the elderly woman that she once knew this man, and an expression of recognition comes over her face. Ah, yes, Master Gilbert! All grown up, I see. What is he now, 800 years old? And what a fine gentleman you turned out to be! Now we're never getting out of this, Kid says, sitting down on a couch with her head in her hands. Am I at the part of this path that I literally just have to press A bunch, or there not going to be any more decisions? Could this still be a trap, I wonder? Oh, well, speaking of decisions... I don't think we're being double-crossed. I like this idea. I would love to know what this does, but let's just let Magil do what he thinks is best. I stoop down to where Kid's sitting and whisper, Magil's got more experience than us. I think we should let him handle this. Kid goes utterly numb. Kid suddenly starts having a seizure. Not really sure why that happened. The maid notices us whispering to each other and takes a step backwards. Well, who is this young lady? These two are my business associates, Magil says, offering a simple introduction without actually saying our names. I see. Since Master Gilbert says so, I will extend my welcome to you. I am Lady Rizel's personal servant. My name is Noel. Someone is saying this. Nice to meet you. The end. I have known Master Gilbert ever since he was a wee lad. I'm 7,000 years old. She goes on, telling us about various things from their past. It seems like they've had quite an illustrious upbringing. I'm really glad they haven't actually made me read all of this, but summarized it in one paragraph. And so, Master Gilbert and Lady Riddell often shared one another's company, stealing each other's eyes. They've literally stolen each other's eyes. Both of them are blind. However, one day, he was whisked far away. Can this get any more exciting? Kid asks. I was assuming that was sarcastic. I put a sarcastic voice on it. Noelle and Kid exchange looks, but she continues momentarily after recomposing herself. Once, in a secret meeting at their favorite flower garden, an oath was made between the two. In that beautiful courtyard, future prospects were indeed planned upon. Yeah, I think the fact that Riddell was kidnapped by Link sort of changed things. However, the maid's eyes darken as she continues. But as everyone knew, Lady Riddell had already been assigned a suitor. Riddell's shoulders sink upon hearing this. Noelle, why did you have to mention that? Now our oath is void? Okay. Well, I guess, yeah, she already had a suitor, so their oath is void because it was never valid in the fine, got it. Magil's eyes shimmer in the dim light. Through all this, Kid has been just about pushed to her limit. Unable to be obedient any longer, she stands up, eyes flaring. Kid leaps out ahead of Magil, confronting the two. Listen up, I'm the Great Thief Kid, and we're here tonight in this mansion to... But she's broken off by the maid. How dare you, you rude young lady! Surely you know better than to act in such a way before the lady of the house. Ha! You got something coming to you, you old wench! Kid snarls, now eye to eye with Noelle. Magil quickly comes between the two, first addressing the maid. Please, do not worry. I have never shown any malice towards you or Riddell, nor have I ever meant any harm, and I will not allow any to happen in the future. Please accept my apologies on my accomplice's behalf. I don't know who's saying this, Master Gilbert. Continuing on, he turns towards Kid. Perhaps it would be best if we left. Huh? Kid and Noelle exchange glances. Then, at the same time, one single idea seems to pop into both Noelle and Kid's minds. What in blazes are you thinking? Running off with Riddell? Kid yells. At the very same moment, Noelle shouts. What in the world, milady? How could you think of elopement at a time like this? Oh, okay. None of this makes any sense. Magil's mouth drops wide open. No, that is not what I meant. But it's useless. The yelling resumes, louder than ever, hopelessly drowning out Magil's reasoning. What kind of a... Doop-a-doop, who's saying that? What kind of a gentleman do you think you are? Honestly, thinking of eloping without telling a single soul, Noelle ensues, before stomping out of the room in a rage. Well, that's convenient. Bye. Damn it, we gotta think about the frozen flame here, Kid shouts, tugging on Magil's shirt. Riddell doesn't seem to be very happy either, having once again regressed into tears. Magil's vow of love seems to be on its last legs. I'm starting to wonder if there's any hope for this situation at all anymore. In any case, Riddell can't possibly want to be burdened with all this torment. If I could just talk her down out of all this commotion, I might be alright. It might be alright, if only I had more options. This is so weird. This is really strange. This is stupid. This is the worst thing. Like, why would I say that? The problem isn't that she thinks that he might be a bad guy. It's that she was already associated. This is the one that's like, don't you want to break off what you've already got going on, whatever that is? Yeah, I mean, this Popful in chat says second option. Well, duh, because the first option is ridiculous. I do not intend to leave this house, Riddell says in a strict tone. What kind of lifestyle could you hope to provide for me compared to this? Wow, great. True, my lady, you do live in the lap of luxury here, but look around. Is this truly where you want to be? I thought that one yellow pixel was a period. Nope, was really confused. My foster father would not allow it. It would not work out. Oh, Gilbert, why must you do this to me? Please be calm, Riddell. I have more than enough savings to cover it. I hate this so much. How did this happen? Why are you talking about finances? I mean, I get it, but, like, that was not the issue. Oh, God. Why? Why is there a path through this game in which Magil talks about finances? Why is that a thing? Why does that exist? Who wants to see Magil talking about finances? I have more than enough savings to cover a down payment for marriage funds and a new home, Magil reassures. In addition, honeymoon travel expenses will be provided for me from wedding gift money. What the hell is happening? Mentioning the wedding gift money, Magil glances at us? Yeah, we'll have the money when we steal the frozen flame. What are you talking about? Magil wants a loan from Serge? What is happening? What is this? What is going on? Magil's presented a good case, or at least it would be a good case if he was a noble of slightly lower rank and she was a princess and she was just being sold to him by her father. But I just don't know if Riddell's swallowing it all. Suddenly alarms blare out all around us. I have someone saying this. Damn that bloody maid. What do we do now? Flustered, I look to Magil. We must be on our way, he says. Riddell nods after a moment. Indeed, it's best for you to leave tonight, she says. In time, perhaps you may return. Then I may be able to look upon you as a friend. Oh, well, Magil got friend-zoned. A friend. A friend! Hearing that word in terms of their relationship seems to strike through Magil's heart like a searing hot knife. No, I will not leave here without you, he yells suddenly. Riddell, please, I beg you, come with me now. Also, he's apparently on fire, because he's a magic guy, and that's just what happens. Footsteps can be heard from the hallway. Somebody's saying this. The guards are coming for us, quickly. Magil lightly picks Riddell up, putting her over his shoulder as he makes for the door. He's kidnapping her now. Are we the good guys? What's happening? They're getting closer, Kid says, peeking around the corner. With his cape gallantly fluttering behind it. There's nothing gallant about this. He just kidnapped her. There's 0% gallantry here. This is not gallantry. Take that word out. I refuse. Magil bolts down the hallway. What just occurred? Wow, we're going fast. Or have we turned into lynxes? Come on, they're right behind us. Oh no, there they are, right there. Ha! Like a hurricane, Magil effortlessly rams one of the guards into the wall. Well, I didn't want to read that anyway. Thanks, bye. Is this the end of the route we left? At last, we've what's the word I'm looking for? We've spirited away the princess of the mansion. At last, we have kidnapped a woman. At last! We've slipped out of the huge mansion. I'm utterly exhausted. I gasp huge breaths as I stumble down onto a nearby grassy clearing deep in the woods. But suddenly, thunderous booms start to echo out from far behind us. Oh, the world's turned magenta! It's turned teal! It's turned green! Looking up into the open nighttime sky, fireworks of all colors adorn the starry evening. I stare up. Well, there were only 3 colors there. Magenta, teal, and green. It's not like teal and green are really close to each other. You haven't even particularly covered the gamut very well. I stare upwards, dumbfounded. What's going on? Kid asks. Then through the trees, I look up at the mansion, and all my questions are answered. There we see all the occupants of Viper Manor waving and cheering for us. Long live Mistress Riddell. Hip, hip, hooray. Good luck. We'll all be over for brunch once you're settled. Then Kid nudges me, pointing to the route. What is going on? And there Lord Link sits solemnly with a tear in his eye, waving to us. The father of the bride. Riddell lifts her head up to speak from, you know, across Magil's shoulder, briefly pausing from her kidnapped sobs. What is happening? Who is saying this? All this fuss, all this fighting. It is I who should be apologizing, my lady, Magil says, putting his forehead to hers, which is really awkward since she's still slung over his shoulder, wiping her cheek with his handkerchief. Oh, Gilbert, it's the same old you, she says, sighing. This has gotta be ending 7. Like, this has to be the last ending, because they get progressively more ridiculous as you go further on. From far across the landscape, a deep, shimmering light begins to fill the sky. Look, Riddell, there's our frozen flame, Magil says, pointing towards the morning sun. What? But yeah, how poetic, Magil. I'm really impressed. Is that the end? Are you just gonna fade out? None of that made sense. Magil, caught between love and adventure, the end. Strixus says, who wants to tell him that this is not the most silly ending? I imagine this is not the most silly, but there's, like, absurd, and then there's... So like, there's absurd, and then there's it's trying to be a story, but it's just dumb. Like, the route where, Kid turns into a sunflower, after the spotlight had faded from Gilbert, Riddell, and Noelle, unimportant side character, so there's, like, the sunflower story was just absurd. It was just, like, it was absurdist, even. This, it was trying to be a story. Like, it was attempting to make sense, but every aspect of it is wrong. Like, nothing made any sense. It's trying and failing, which is a lot worse than trying to be ridiculous. It's sort of like the difference between a movie that's so bad it's good and a movie that's so bad it's bad, you know? Didn't you hear me? Your friend is here! Gotta get that mother's voice in there when I can. Yep, fine, great, thank you. Same scene, same scene. Give me that fiend! Give me that fiend! Give me that fiend! Show me the fiend! I always cut back in too early. It takes a long time for all the birds to fly away, and they're carrying our fiend with them. Fiend! It's a really strange font, that fiend. It looks like it's carved in stone, but it's like not... There's no reason for it to look like it's carved in stone within the character of the game. Oh, that was 2? Okay. Well, I mean, we are more than halfway through the ending, so I said we would try very hard to get at least 4 endings, and then if other ones turned out, like, really hard to find or something, then I wouldn't find it that critical, but I'm still gonna try. That was the worst. that was the worst. It was just the worst. That one, that was the worst is what that was. Yep, fine, start. Le fast. So, my overall idea there was to get into the castle in sort of the traditional route, based on the assumption, the assumption that turned out right, actually, that, like, ending 1 and 2 would be related by taking the same initial steps. So, like, they're sort of grouped together, because the initial steps I did for 1 are the same as the initial steps I did for 2. So, if I want to get another ending, I should try to do the same initial steps I've already done and change later. So I might try falling asleep here and see if I can go on a different route from there. Serge? Serge! Huh? Snap out of it, lazy bones. Did I just, I was walking behind her. Did I just, collapse to the ground? We're there already. The hell are you daydreaming? Yeah, this is all the same.
Wait up, kid!
The darkness engulfs me. Okay, so I'm gonna try looking at this light again. There's something here, I'm sure of it. It was a faint light, sort of like a camera flash, but much more subtle. Couldn't have been the moonlight. Serge, what are you, paralyzed? Come on, kid says, coming back towards me. There's something here, kid. Just as I start to think that it could have been my imagination, suddenly! Is it gonna be something different? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. So far the same. Which is good, actually. Finally, you have come! Pretty sure that's the voice I gave her, I've forgotten. It's like it's resonating inside my head. Kid, can you hear? Yeah, this is the same. This is the same. This is the same. Where'd she go? Black magic, witchcraft, necromancy! Okay, so from this point, I'm going to try to continue on more or less the same. Yes, from this point, I'm going to continue on more or less the same, yes. Okay, so let's fast motion until and unless something seems to change. Zzz. Which of these haven't I looked at? I don't think I've looked at the... I think the painting's the first thing I looked at, actually. Yeah, I definitely have looked at the painting. So last time we said we looked around with him, maybe if we distract Magil away from this... This may be our only way out? The way out is through the terrace. What are you talking about? So this is when this room is all occult and weird and whatever. Look, what are you trying to get us into? We've already been seeing strange things around here, and this has nothing to do with the flame. You need to keep moving here. Now let's go. Very well, Magil says, continuing to... I don't think this is exactly the same message. There's a leisurely room decorated to a fine taste. An antique cupboard, polished wooden toy animals, and a shiny glass vase add to its charm. However, the flower in the vase has long since wilted, and it's been long since the furniture was dusted last. There are traces of life here, but not recent ones. I don't recall seeing this message exactly. A broken window lies hidden behind this elegant interior. Wind blows in through the small crack. I've seen the leaf fly through, but I don't think this is... There doesn't seem to be anything useful here. Let's go. Hang on a sec, kid responds, kicking open a chest. Come to her side, peering in with her. Pale blue robe is found. I don't remember any of this. No, I remember this. Never mind, I remember this. Okay, I also don't think I remember this. The magic on Lynx's door. The solution to this riddle lies elsewhere. No, I think I do remember that. I feel like I'm getting a bunch of messages that I've gotten before, but I didn't get them all as part of the same route, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm getting scenarios I've seen before, but I saw them in different paths. Or I just don't remember enough, because it's been like a week since I last played this. Okay, next time! Till then, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, I've got thousands more. Just click that channel button. Cheers from Yahweasel. I can't pronounce my own name. I'm going to try that again. Cheers from Yahweasel. There we go.